This video presentation has been made available in order to detail Glidewell Dental's recommended steps towards taking the ideal impression for submission of a successful Smile Transitions full arch cosmetic appliance. Your armamentarium for this impression should include the Capture Soft Putty Kit. This is a base and catalyst kit complete with 2 spoons for an even 1-to-1 mixing ratio. Capture VPS Crown Oral Set Medium Body Syringeable material with 2 mixing tips. These tips are preferred to be in the 5.4mm gauge size. Capture VPS Fast Oral Set Bite Registration Paste with 1 mixing tip. This tip is preferred to be in the 6.5mm gauge size. All of these items are available for purchase through glidewelldirect.com. You're going to use a full arch maxillary and mandibular impression tray, 4 cotton rolls, and a plastic headrest cover or a chair cover with a standard pair of scissors. To prepare these plastic sheets, we are going to cut an approximate 4-inch by 4-inch square out of the folded cover. Go ahead and open it up and cut it again through the midline to separate it into 2 separate 4x4-inch squares. Now cut each square from the middle of one side to the center of the square. This is to give the plastic some flexibility to be manipulated during the impression process. It is also recommended to bleed the VPS syringes for the initial use as well as every time the tip is changed to make sure a uniform 1-to-1 ratio of material is always extruded. Try and size both the upper and lower impression trays. It is beneficial to also make sure that the lips can fold cleanly around the anterior portion of the tray after it is inserted. Starting with the mandibular tray first, hand mix a heaping spoonful of both the putty base and catalyst in equal parts until the mixture is one solid color. Roll the putty into a cylinder and shape it into the impression tray. Hand form a slight indentation where the teeth will rest. Place one of your pre-cut plastic squares centered on top of the tray with the tongue cut area between the arches. Attempt to cover all exposed impression putty with the plastic sheet. Place the entire assembly in the mouth and seat it into place first with hand pressure. Next, place 2 cotton rolls bilaterally at the bicuspid area and ask the patient to bite them firmly into place. Manipulation of the lip can aid in the formation of the putty tray. After 5 seconds of firm bite pressure, remove the tray from the patient's mouth. While the putty is still in a pliable state, remove the plastic sheet, and then you can hand manipulate the putty to remove any potential undercut areas or to stretch and mold a more ideal tray shape. Essentially, what we are trying to accomplish with this step is the formation of a chairside custom tray. Begin adding the syringeable medium body material directly into the tray while keeping the mixed tip buried. This is to avoid air bubbles from becoming trapped. All of this is accomplished while the putty is still curing to aid in the eventual integration of the layers. The entire assembly is now placed back in the mouth and seated by using hand pressure. I am gently palpating the chin and the cheek area to assist the flow of the medium body material and to remove any air bubbles that may be present. The most important technique requirement at this stage is to ensure the tray is held with hand pressure only. Do not ask the patient to bite on any props to hold it in place. The impression can be removed after the proper set time and evaluated for accuracy. The same procedure steps can now be performed for the maxillary arch. The putty is mixed, rolled, and shaped into the tray. The remaining plastic sheet is placed over the center of the tray with the center cut line this time over the palatal area. The assembly is placed in the mouth, lips are folded over the anterior, hand pressure initially seats the tray, and then cotton rolls bitten into place at the bicuspid region are used to completely seat the tray. After 5 seconds of biting pressure, remove the tray, remove the plastic, hand manipulate the putty if necessary, and immediately begin to fill with the medium body VPS material. Now I am asking the patient to lean their head forward to prevent this flowable material from entering their throat. Reseat the tray with hand pressure only, palpate the cheeks and lips to remove air bubbles and voids, and then hold the tray, continuing this with hand pressure only, until the impression has set and may be removed. The final step requires a bite registration of the patient's arches in centric occlusion. We do recommend the use of Capture VPS Fast Oral Set Bite Registration Paste, spread out over the full arch, allowed to set, and then removed. Thank you for watching this informative video on Glidewell Dental's recommended steps to acquiring ideal initial impressions for Smile Transitions full arch cosmetic appliances. For additional questions, please do not hesitate to contact our technical advisor call center at 800-777-0695.